Welcome to the Creative Tribe podcast. This is a podcast about all of the things that fuel a creative lifestyle. I'm Rita,
Brian.
and together we're Label Me Other. Label Me Other is our production company, and one of our goals is to create creative problem solvers. If you're creative and this sounds interesting to you, consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. You can look us up by The Creative Tribe. You can also find tons of amazing creative tips on our TikTok page at Label Me Other. Or if you have any questions in the realm of content creation, then feel free to drop us a line at labelmeother@gmail.com. We strive and hope to produce content for you guys every Tuesday. So we like to start off every single one of our podcasts with a vent session. This is where we get the opportunity to shake off any negative moods that we may have by venting, because we believe this is a key to a healthy creative lifestyle, having the ability to shake off any negative energy that you may have stored within. And for today's vent session, it's a little odd. It's not necessarily to do with creativity, but I got a little vent that I want to get off my chest.
Okay.
And that is spring break. You know, we spend like 18 years of our lives, well, maybe not quite 18, a little bit shy of that, but we spend so many years of our lives being given this week of freedom and along with like winter break. But once you hit being an adult and, you know, having to pay bills and whatnot, it's like you get that ripped away from you. But
Yeah.
it's not missed in my heart as a creative, not having spring break or winter break anymore. And I know I'm alone here because I'm not a parent. I don't have any young ones, any children as a added excuse to like be like, I'm gonna just take off. Like, I don't have that. Even though I know I still could take it, I want it to be given to me. I know I'm being real
Uh,
petty. I'm being petty right now, but it's my vent, right? This is my vent. I miss spring break. I miss having freedom to do what I want.
yeah. But you want it given to you. You don't
But
want to just take it for yourself. You want it
yeah,
given to you. I mean, well,
yeah.
I
Well,
mean, I,
yeah, they set us up all our lives. They set us up to be like, you're gonna get your spring break. You're off this week. Take a break from life, right? And then all of a sudden you grow up and it's just like, nah, we don't get that no more. It's
no,
over.
you gotta, no, I mean, but that was like, because you were in school. Like spring break is attached to like school. It's a
I
school
know.
thing to rest your mind. Even though, yes, I agree, there that we should be given breaks. I mean, you have your vacation. You can place that wherever you want.
Yeah, it's true.
Um,
It's true.
but yeah, so it's like, no, when you're out of the academic setting, it's on you. You gotta you gotta schedule your own spring break and then be okay with it. Because what matters the most is the time off.
That's true. It's true. But there's like this little thing in your brain every time spring break comes around, and you're just like, oh, I should be off right now. Like I should
Yeah.
be off because it's so ingrained in us.
Mm-hmm.
And unless you become like a teacher, or in the academic world, it's just like it's gone. So I
Yeah.
think my brain is just used to that time being built in. It's like it's not
Yeah.
there. Like,
Nah, I have to, well, because I have kids, so I
yeah,
have to take off, because
yeah,
they're gonna be here, well, it's a little bit easier now since we're, more remote, but it's just, they're here, they're making noise, I'm trying to work. I don't want to deal with that. So I'm taking
yeah,
off whenever they're off, and we can go do things, around, do a little bit of traveling, go here, go there, just do fun things throughout the week to kind of
yeah.
keep them busy. So
Sure, sure.
no. Take those
Yeah.
days off.
Yeah, I know. I need to get over it, and I need to just like you said, I need to take the time for myself, which I struggle to do sometimes. I'm a hoarder of time, but that's a whole nother subject, like hoarding your time. But
Oh yeah.
I need to let it go and just treat myself.
Yeah. Treat yourself and have many spring breaks or
Yeah.
different breaks throughout the year,
Yeah.
just instead of hoarding them, just go ahead and just, hey, what, I'm gonna take these next 4 or 5 days off just
Yeah.
because I don't have anything planned. I'm just gonna sit home and watch TV. I'm
Right.
gonna sit
I'm
home and read, do whatever,
yeah, and I'm
work on
trying
a
to
project.
right. And I'm trying to be more proactive when it comes to that because my wife is the type of person that if you let her, she will plan your time for you, and she
Mm,
will. like not plan it in a bad way, but plan it like,
We
let's
gonna
go
do
here,
something.
let's go do this. And so you have to like, you gotta speak up for yourself. You gotta be like, I want to do this. Let's make time for this because I want to do it. So, she's good about sharing, but it's like if you don't put your idea out there, then you doing her idea. So
Right.
it's
Right.
it's kind of one of those things. But yeah, I can do better at that. But this brings us to our main topic, which is balancing creativity with practicality. Creatives often have a strong desire to create something unique and original, but they also need to consider practical constraints such as time or even budget. So, finding a balance between creative vision and practical considerations can be a significant challenge for any creative, really. So, what are your thoughts on this, Brian? How does one balance these two?
For me, I always try to never put a ceiling over what my original idea is. I try to let my mind go as far as it can go. Like
Sure.
as if I had an unlimited amount of money, this is my vision. But then after I get that down, an outline or whatever, if I'm writing a script, I have that idea down. I go back and I'm like, okay, Brian, what do you actually have access to?
Sure.
So what part of this can we kind of morph and transform into something of a smaller scale? Uh what idea do I have in this thing that I'm creating that I have access to just a little bit of it. It's not all the way perfect, but I can get it there to where it's like, okay, I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
Um, so I try not to get, but it's tough because some people you get attached to the first thing that you put down. People
Mm-hmm.
get attached to that original idea when you're letting your mind just wander and just go as far as it could go. You get attached to it, but I try my best not to get attached to it because you have to be practical. You have to bring it down to reality and what you have access to.
Yeah.
Um, I also think that if you can't let go of that original idea, maybe it's not something for you to do now.
Mm.
Maybe you should be like, well, if I don't want to compromise on this, I want to try to really see this through. Maybe you need to kind of tuck that back, try to figure out ways to get money to, figure out a way to make that what's on paper a reality.
Yeah.
But me personally, I do a second pass on it's my realistic pass. Like, hey, let's get real. Okay, what can we do? What can we not do? And if we can't do it, let's think of a substitute. Can it be taken out? Can we adjust? Things like that.
Sure.
Um,
Yeah.
that's how I approach it.
And I think there's a lot of validity to what you're saying. I think it, okay, so I think there's a time and place to create something with no boundaries. Just pen to paper, writing down a script or a vision or whatever you have to create
Mhm.
without any thought to how you can produce it and make the money for it or get the money for funding. There's something really great about that. But there's also a time where it's like you need to be writing for what you have available for you, what you have access to today, right now, or what
As your
you want,
starting point.
right, as your starting
Yeah.
point.
Hmm.
And then also what you feel that you could potentially gain access to because people are kind. Some people are really kind, and you'd be surprised how many people, I mean, even in our earlier days, like just going to restaurants or bars because there was a bar scene that we needed and just asking, hey, we're local filmmakers. Can we film here? Can we shoot here? But
Hmm.
we don't have any money. We just
Hmm.
have a vision and a dream. And people can be kind and people have been kind to us in the past
Yeah.
in honoring our wishes to try to bring to life these characters in their environments. So it can be it can work. But I think there's a time and place for everything. And if you have a grand idea where you are in the 1950s and you know you're gonna need old school cars and sets and stuff, then still dream big and write it down. But just know that might be a story, like to your credit, like that you need to go pitch so that you can have it in the way that you envision it to be.
Hmm.
So yeah, I guess it's a little bit of both there, being practical and then also just shooting for the stars and getting your idea out there.
Yeah. So those are some great points, tips for anyone who's having trouble with balancing being creative and all that and everything that comes along with that, and being practical.
Yeah. Yeah. So best of luck. And if you guys have any ideas or any pieces of advice for someone starting out and what they can do to balance this, then make sure to drop it below in the comments. We'd love to read it and love to reply back.
Yep.
So that's all we have for today. I know it's a pretty short podcast, but thank you guys for listening. We enjoy doing these for you guys. If you're finding any value in what we're bringing here, we would love for you to give us a follow or a like. And also check out our TikTok page. We have a lot more content creation tips and tricks and things of the trade. If you're interested in things like this, then head over there to Label Me Other, and you will find Brian and my face there giving you tips. But yeah, thanks again, guys, and we'll catch you in the next one.
All right. See you.